Welcome to this step-by-step tutorial on how to fill in the detailed budget table. The detailed budget table is the mandatory document to all ESF Plus Social Innovation Plus applications and is essential to establishment of the lump sums. Find the relevant call on the ESF Plus SI Plus initiative page. For this tutorial, we'll be using the call, Implementing the Disability Employment Package, Innovative Approaches to Improve Labor Market Outcomes for Persons with Disabilities, as an example. However, if you have a link for a specific call, you can click on it, and it will direct you to the specific call information page. Scroll down until you see the list of the call documents. Find the detailed budget table, in this case Annex 1. This is a mandatory document that you must download, fill in, and upload on the Social Innovation Information System as an attachment to your application. After downloading, depending on your computer settings, a yellow or red security warning sign may appear below the toolbar. It is a standard Microsoft warning to protect your computer from untrusted information. The guidance document, How to Enable Macros, can be found next to the detailed budget table. You should enable macros and make an Excel workbook a trusted document to be able to enter data and save it. Open the downloaded detailed budget table Excel file. To enable macros function, press Enable Content. Please carefully read instructions and the cost eligibility conditions before filling in budget information. You should start filling the table from the sheet, General Information. Please notice that call title and cofinancing rate is already filled in. Enter the acronym of your application. Make sure it is the same as you entered in the application form. You can customize the categories of employees that correspond to your needs in rows from 14 to 18. These corrections will be applied to all beneficiaries. Please note that further completion of the budget table should be carried out after the filling in the information on the beneficiaries and work packages into the application form in the eCineS. Let's move to the beneficiaries list. To add beneficiaries, double-click on Add a Beneficiary in the worksheet. In the beneficiaries list, you can add as many beneficiaries as you need, but the list must correspond to the list provided in the application form. To remove them, double-click on Remove field. To finish removing, double-click on the Apply Changes button. You can see the Task in Progress message. Wait for the task to complete, then click OK. It should be noted that even after removal, the sequence of beneficiaries is still affected. As you can see on the screen, the first, second, and fourth numbers under beneficiaries are displayed. Therefore, we recommend that you fill in this part when you have a final list of participants. However, should be noted, an associated partner can participate in a project but may not declare eligible costs. So, they are not included in this detailed budget table beneficiaries list. Once you have completed the list of participants, fill in the next sheet, Work Packages list. Here you must enter all the work packages from the application form in the same order. If you have made a mistake in entering the names of the work packages, please correct the names in the name entry fields, but do not use the Delete Remove button so that the numbering of the work packages remains identical to the numbering of the work packages in the application form. If you have additional rows, you can delete them by double-clicking the Remove button. You must double-click on one of the Apply Changes buttons to generate the related sheets in the Excel workbook. Once you have completed the beneficiaries and work package lists and clicked Apply Changes button, you can see that new sheets for each beneficiary were created. At this stage, your spreadsheet is ready to be filled in beneficiary by beneficiary for all the work packages concerned. For each beneficiary spreadsheet, you have to enter all the related costs of each work package. This sheet includes separate sections for the various cost categories for each work package of the project. Complete only the number of units and the cost per unit for each cost category. The total cost per cost category will be automatically calculated. If the beneficiary does not contribute to a specific work package or cost category, then leave it blank. Next, there will be few examples of calculation. Detailed instructions on how to calculate the number of staff work units are given in point 12 of the instruction sheet. Please note that the number of direct personnel cost units can be a fraction, e.g., 0.25 units. As you can see in given example, to calculate the personnel effort, you must add up all the days needed to implement the activities of one work package for each beneficiary and divide this total by 1792 days. 1 unit per month effort corresponds to 1 month full-time for one person. If the application involves staff in different positions with different daily rates, indicate the effort of different positions in the draft budget table separately. Let's move to the next example. The cost per unit is the average monthly personnel cost of all employees or employees in the same or similar position concerned. The average monthly personnel cost is calculated based on the costs actually incurred for a person for the last 12 months of full-time work. Use whole numbers for the costs per unit, no euro cents. In section Purchase Costs, complete the categories B.1 Travel and Subsistence per travel or day, and B.2 Other Goods, Works and Services, if applicable. For more details on eligible purchase costs, please refer to the Eligible Cost Categories sheet. Indirect costs will be calculated automatically in each beneficiary sheet. To facilitate the calculation of travel costs, there is a separate sheet titled Travel Costs. Please read the instructions in this sheet carefully, as well as the European Commission decision that sets out the unit cost for travel. Travel unit costs are applied for any air or combined air/land journeys from 400 kilometers within or outside the EU, depending on the distance traveled. They are also applied for land journeys between 50 and 399 kilometers or, in some cases, between 400 and 600 kilometers. If a particular instance of travel in the project is not covered by one of the unit costs mentioned in the Commission's decision, actual costs may be used. The calculations of the actual costs must be provided in the comments section. Please fill in the table by entering the country of origin, the country of destination, the number of days, the number of persons, and the distance in kilometers in the designated boxes. Please note that all unit costs are an amount to cover a return trip. However, the calculation of the distance should be done on the basis of the one-way distance between the points. Enter the distance in kilometers from the distance calculator into the detailed budget table. Do not double the distance. The other cells, such as subsistence, travel costs, accommodation, will be calculated automatically according to the European Commission decision. Although the decision covers travel, accommodation, and subsistence, you may choose not to budget for all of these categories. If so, please indicate your selections accordingly. Based on the data entered in the calculator, the unit and average cost per unit for travel, accommodation, and subsistence per work package of each beneficiary will be calculated automatically in the summary table. The data from the summary table must be manually transferred to the budget calculation sheet for each beneficiary and indicated under the relevant work package. The total amount per each beneficiary and under each work package must be equal to the overall costs calculated in the sheet Travel Cost Summary Table. The summary table, Estimate Costs of the Project, will automatically calculate the total project costs, while Table BWP Overview will automatically calculate the EU co-financing rate, which amounts to 80% under this call. Copy the generated amounts from the Excel Detailed Budget Table Sheet BWP Overview into the application form. The amount calculated in this Excel sheet under the heading Maximum EU Grant Amount must be identical to the requested grant amount in the application form part of Section 5, Budget. The comments sheet must contain the detailed breakdown of the cost. Comments must be provided in the following cases. 1. If personnel cost is included in the category of employees other, under the category A.1 employees or equivalent person months, and 2. If any cost is included under the category B.2 other goods, works, and services. Thank you for watching. If you need further assistance, feel free to contact us by the provided email address.